Listen, fellas, I'm going to tell you something that a lot of men just don't want to hear. A woman who truly loves you, a woman who has your back, who's there through thick and thin, won't walk away. No, she won't. She'll stick by you when times are rough, when money's tight, when life is messy. But here's the catch: she will leave emotionally if you stop being present in her life. See, love isn't just about being under the same roof. It's about being connected. And a woman can feel when you've checked out. She can sense when you're not listening, when you're not caring, when you're not putting in the effort to make her feel valued. That's emotional abandonment, my friend. And let me tell you, she won't stay for that. Some of y'all think, well, I'm paying the bills, so she should be happy. Wrong. Happiness isn't bought. It's built with attention, with words, with touch, with understanding. When you stop investing in her heart, she'll start looking for that connection somewhere else, even if she never physically leaves the house. Listen, fellas, I need you to hear me on this, because this right here is where a lot of men completely mess up without even realizing it. Presence. I'm talking about being truly present in a woman's life. Not just showing up in the same house, not just sitting on the couch scrolling through your phone while she talks, not just paying the bills and thinking that's enough. I'm talking about the kind of presence that makes her feel seen, heard, and understood. See, a woman can feel the energy you give her, the attention you pour or don't pour into her. And when you stop showing up emotionally, she doesn't just feel lonely. She starts questioning whether you really love her at all. Now, some of y'all think, well, I work hard. I provide. I show up physically. That should be enough. Let me tell you something, brother. A roof over her head and food on the table is important. Don't get me wrong, but that's not what keeps her heart attached to yours. She wants more than that. She wants you, your mind, your time, your attention, your energy. When you're physically there, but emotionally checked out, it's like you're not there at all. And that's dangerous, because a woman's heart doesn't live in the house. It lives in connection, in touch, in moments of shared emotion. Think about it like this. Imagine you were pouring your heart into something, giving it your time, energy, your very best, and the person you love starts looking at their phone while you talk, doesn't ask you questions, doesn't notice your effort. How would that feel? That's exactly how she feels when you're present in body but absent in heart. She's living with a man who isn't truly there, and over time, that absence doesn't just hurt. It creates distance, emotional distance. And once that distance grows, you can't just magically fix it with flowers or a nice dinner once a month. You've got to show up consistently every day in ways that remind her, I'm here. I see you. I hear you. I love you. And let me be real with you. Being present doesn't mean doing big gestures all the time. Sometimes it's the little things. It's putting down the phone when she walks in the room. It's asking how her day really went and not just nodding while thinking about your own stuff. It's listening when she's frustrated, not interrupting or giving a quick solution, but just being there for her. It's remembering the little things that matter to her, like how she likes her coffee, what stresses her out, or what made her smile this week. Presence is not passive, it's active, it's conscious, and it's consistent. Because here's the truth, fellas, a woman can forgive a lot of mistakes. She can forgive you when you mess up financially, when you make bad decisions, even when you say things you shouldn't. But she cannot forgive emotional absence. She cannot forgive the feeling that the man she loves, the man she trusted with her heart, is no longer there for her. And once she starts feeling that absence, it's like a seed planted in the soil. It will grow and it will shape your relationship in ways you won't like. So I'm telling you, being present is more than just showing up. It's about being fully engaged mentally, emotionally, and spiritually with the woman who loves you. When you are truly present, she feels it in every conversation, every touch, every laugh, every argument resolved. And that presence, it builds trust. It builds intimacy. It builds a bond so strong that no outside influence can shake it. But the moment you stop showing up emotionally, that bond weakens. And once that bond weakens, it's only a matter of time before she starts to pull away, even if she never leaves physically. So if you want her heart, if you want her love to stay alive and thriving, you better learn what presence really means. Because showing up without showing up won't keep her. She can feel the difference, and she will not settle for less than being fully seen and fully cherished. Now, fellas, this one right here, this is where a lot of men mess up big time, and they don't even know it. Listening. I'm talking about real listening, not just nodding your head while thinking about your own stuff, not just waiting for her to stop talking so you can jump in with your opinion. No, I'm talking about listening like your relationship depends on it, because it does. See, when a woman talks, she's not just sharing facts about her day. She's sharing pieces of her heart, pieces of her soul. And if you don't pay attention, those pieces slip away like sand through your fingers. Some of y'all think listening is easy. I hear her, I nod, I answer when she asks me a question. That's listening, right? Wrong. That's called existing in the same room. Listening is active. It's intentional. It's making her feel like what she's saying actually matters. It's looking her in the eyes when she speaks, putting down your phone, stopping whatever distraction is taking your attention, and really tuning in. Because when you do that, she feels safe. She feels loved. And that, my brother, keeps her heart connected to yours. Let me break it down for you. Women can sense when you're half there, when your mind is somewhere else, when you're distracted by work, the game, the phone, or whatever else. And when that happens over and over again, even if you're physically in the house, she starts to feel alone, emotionally alone. And emotional loneliness is a relationship killer. She may not pack her bags and leave tomorrow, but she will start withdrawing her heart slowly, quietly, piece by piece. She'll stop sharing her day with you. She'll stop telling you her dreams. She'll stop seeking your advice. And if you don't notice, if you don't change, one day you'll wake up and wonder why she seems so distant. And by then, it's a lot harder to get her back. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's hearing what's not being said. It's reading between the lines. It's noticing the tone, the body language, the size, the pauses. Because sometimes she's not telling you outright, I need your attention. Sometimes she's hinting, and if you don't pick up on it, that's where the emotional gap forms. You can't just assume she's fine. You can't just assume she's okay. You've got to check in, really check in with her heart. And let me be clear, listening doesn't mean you always have to solve her problems. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes she just wants you to hear her, to validate her feelings, to let her know she's important. Men want to fix everything, but women want to feel heard. That's it. When she feels heard, she feels loved. When she feels loved, she sticks around. When she feels ignored, she starts emotionally leaving. And before you know it, she's in the same house, but in a different world, one where you're not a part of her heart anymore. So listening isn't passive. It's active. It's giving her your time, your focus, your energy. It's remembering what she says and following up later. It's asking questions, showing curiosity, and proving that her words are important to you. Because here's the thing, brother. Women remember when you really listen. They remember when you didn't. And that memory stays with them, shaping how close they feel to you, how much trust they have in you, how safe they feel in your love. If you want a woman to stay fully committed, fully in love, and fully emotionally attached to you, you've got to master this. Real listening, active listening, intentional listening. Because a man who hears her heart is a man who keeps her heart. And a man who doesn't loses it without even realizing he did. Now, fellas, I need you to understand something, because this right here is where too many men start losing the love of a good woman without even realizing it. Attention. I'm not talking about the kind of attention you give when you're bored or when it's convenient. I'm talking about real, consistent, focused attention that makes her feel like she matters in your life. See, a woman's heart is like a garden. It thrives when it's nourished, and it withers when it's ignored. And the biggest danger you face as a man is emotional abandonment, not physical absence. Because a woman can be sitting in the same house as you for years, but if she doesn't feel your attention, if she doesn't feel seen and valued, she starts to drift away emotionally. Some men think attention is only about noticing the big things, the gifts, the grand gestures. That's part of it, but most of it comes from the small things, the daily things, the things that show her you care enough to invest in her life. It's asking how her day went and listening to the answer, even if it's long and messy. It's noticing when she's tired and offering a helping hand without her asking. It's sending a message in the middle of the day just to say, I'm thinking of you. It's remembering the little details about her favorite coffee, how she likes her pillow arranged, the little quirks that make her who she is. That attention, constant and sincere, is what keeps her heart tethered to yours. And let me tell you something else. Attention is proof of love. A woman can forgive a man for mistakes, for being late, for messing up financially or socially, but she cannot forgive the slow, quiet withdrawal of attention. When you stop noticing her, stop appreciating her, stop making her feel special, she starts questioning your love. She starts wondering if you even care anymore. And the dangerous thing is, men often think because they're physically present, that's enough. It's not. She feels the difference between a man who is there but distracted and a man who is fully engaged, fully invested. Attention also creates connection. When you focus on her, when you notice her needs and desires, when you actively show that her happiness matters to you, you strengthen the bond between you. That bond is what keeps a relationship resilient when the storms come. But neglect attention, even for a little while, and that bond begins to fray. She starts to feel alone, even when you're right there. She starts to wonder if she's still a priority. And once that seed of doubt is planted, it's hard to pull it back out. Emotional distance grows quietly, slowly, until one day she may be sitting in the same room, but feeling miles away from you. And don't think this is just about women being needy. Attention is not about spoiling or controlling her. It's about showing her she matters. It's about showing her that her emotions, her dreams, her heart are important to you. A man who gives attention is a man who builds security, intimacy, and trust. A man who withholds attention, whether intentionally or through laziness, is a man who sows disconnection, doubt, and eventual emotional abandonment. So fellas, if you want your woman to stay fully committed, fully invested, fully loving, you better learn the power of attention. Don't wait for her to complain. Don't wait for her to get upset. Don't wait for her to pull away before you realize she needs it. Give her attention consistently, intentionally, and sincerely, because a woman who feels seen, valued, and loved will never leave until you stop showing up in her heart. Fellas, let me tell you something that too many men don't understand about love. Love isn't something you do once and then check off the list. Love isn't a gift you give at the beginning of the relationship and expect to last forever on autopilot. No, love is a continuous investment. And when I say investment, I mean you've got to put in time, energy, attention, and emotion every single day without fail. A woman's heart is precious, and if you stop investing in it, it doesn't just sit there waiting for you to wake up one day. It starts to fade. It starts to shrink. And before you know it, she's emotionally gone, even if she's physically still around. Some men think that once a woman says, I love you, or once you've been together for a while, you can relax. You can let yourself go, get lazy, stop putting in effort, and expect everything to be fine. Let me tell you, brother, that is a recipe for disaster. Love isn't static. It's living, it's breathing. It grows when it's nurtured, and it dies when it's neglected. Every smile, every touch, every conversation, every small act of caring, these are deposits in her emotional bank account. And if you stop making deposits, she starts feeling poor in your love. She starts questioning whether she's still your priority. She starts wondering if you've checked out emotionally. Continuous investment doesn't mean grand gestures all the time, though they help. It means consistency. It means showing up in ways that matter every day. It's checking in with her when she's stressed. It's celebrating her successes, even the little ones, like a promotion at work, a goal she reached, or a personal achievement. It's being there when she's sad, when she's hurt, when she's frustrated, without rolling your eyes or thinking it's overreacting. It's asking her about her dreams and encouraging her to chase them, even if it means stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's making her feel seen, heard, and appreciated every single day, because her emotional well-being is tied to your investment. And let's be real, men, continuous emotional investment is not always easy. Life gets busy. Work gets stressful. Distractions pop up everywhere. But let me ask you this, if she's worth your heart, if she's worth your love, can you not find time for her? Can you not put down the phone, the TV remote, the video game controller, or whatever else is stealing your attention and focus on her for even a few minutes a day? If you can't, that's when she starts feeling abandoned. And emotional abandonment hurts deeper than anything physical could. The truth is, a woman's heart is sensitive. She can forgive mistakes, forget arguments, and endure hardships, but she cannot forgive neglect. She cannot forgive the feeling that the man she loves has stopped trying. And when you stop investing emotionally, you're sending a silent message. You're no longer a priority, and that message, it cuts deeper than words ever could. So if you want a woman to stay fully committed, to stay emotionally attached, to love you fully and unconditionally, you've got to keep investing every day. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel like it, every single day. Because love that is nurtured grows stronger. Love that is neglected slowly dies. Continuous emotional investment is what separates men who keep women's hearts from men who watch them drift away. It's that simple, and it's that real. Fellas, let me break this down for you, because this is one of the harshest truths a man will ever face in a relationship. Neglect kills love. And I'm not talking about the kind of neglect where you forget an anniversary or leave the seat up. I'm talking about emotional neglect, the kind that happens slowly, quietly, and almost invisibly until one day you wake up and wonder why she's emotionally checked out. You see, women don't just leave physically. They leave in their hearts first. And once she's emotionally gone, everything else is just catching up to what's already happened inside her. Now, some men think, well, I'm working hard. I bring home the money. I take care of the bills. Isn't that enough? No, brother. That's survival, not love. Providing is necessary, but it doesn't replace attention, care, or connection. Neglect comes in many forms. It comes when you stop asking about her day, when you stop noticing her needs, when you stop making her feel appreciated. It comes when you're always too busy, too tired, too distracted, too focused on everything else except her. And let me tell you, women feel that. They feel the absence of care, the lack of attention, the emotional distance that creeps in silently day by day. Neglect isn't always obvious either. Sometimes it's in the little things you don't do. You don't notice she's upset. You don't comfort her when she's stressed. You don't celebrate her wins. You don't ask about her dreams. You don't remember the little things that make her feel special. You assume because she's still there, everything is fine. But she's not fine. She's lonely, and she's hurting, and she's slowly starting to pull away from you emotionally. And here's the thing, men neglect is contagious. Once she starts feeling unseen, unappreciated, disconnected, she stops investing in you emotionally too. And what you get then? A cold, distant relationship that feels more like roommates than partners. You think she's fine because she's quiet, But inside, she's already begun protecting herself from disappointment. She's already started emotionally checking out, building walls between her heart and yours. And when that happens, no amount of money, gifts, or apologies can bring her back fully. Neglect doesn't just hurt her. It hurts your relationship. It erodes trust, kills intimacy, and weakens the bond you've worked so hard to build. Every ignored conversation, every missed opportunity to connect, every time you choose distractions over her feelings, you are driving a wedge between your hearts. And before you realize it, she's gone, not physically, maybe, but emotionally. And an emotionally absent partner can be more painful than a partner who actually leaves, because you still have to deal with the void every day. The truth is, a woman's love is resilient, but it's not unlimited. She can forgive mistakes, overlook shortcomings, and endure hardships, but she cannot endure neglect. Neglect communicates the message that she's not a priority, that her feelings don't matter, that her love isn't worth your time or effort. And when that message is repeated day after day, it sinks in. And one day, she will either pull away or start looking for the love she's missing, sometimes outside your relationship. So if you want to keep her heart, her trust, her love, you've got to show up, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You've got to notice her, care for her, celebrate her, support her, and be there for her consistently. Because neglect is the silent relationship killer. And once you let it take hold, you'll realize too late that the love you took for granted is already slipping away one day at a time. Fellas, this right here is the truth that most men refuse to admit. Connection is not automatic. Connection doesn't just happen because you're living in the same house, sharing the same bed, or paying the bills. Connection is a choice. Every single day, you have to choose to connect with the woman you love, to engage with her heart, to be present in ways that keep the relationship alive. And if you don't make that choice, don't be surprised when she starts drifting away emotionally, even if she never physically leaves. You see, relationships are like gardens. You can't just plant a seed, water it once, and expect flowers to bloom forever. No, you've got to tend that garden every day. You've got to pull the weeds, feed the soil, and water the roots consistently. If you don't, that garden dies, and you're left wondering how all that love you started with disappeared. That's exactly how connection works with a woman. If you don't choose to engage with her heart, listen to her soul, notice her needs, and respond to her emotions, the connection fades. Slowly, quietly, but inevitably. Some of y'all think connection is something that just happens naturally if you're in love. No, it doesn't. Being in love is not enough. Being married is not enough. Living together is not enough. You have to actively choose to nurture the bond. You have to invest your attention, your time, your energy, your empathy, your patience, and yes, sometimes even your ego, to make sure she feels understood, appreciated, and loved. Every conversation matters, every gesture matters, every small act of care adds up. And when you fail to make that choice, she feels it. She feels the distance. She feels the emptiness. And that emotional gap, it grows quietly until she's no longer connected to you the way she once was. Connection is also about showing up in ways that matter, even when it's hard. Life gets busy, responsibilities pile up, distractions are everywhere. But love doesn't wait for convenience. Connection requires effort. It requires intentionality. It requires that you put aside your distractions and your selfishness and choose her every single day. Ask her about her day, listen with your heart, celebrate her victories, support her dreams, and comfort her pain. Make her feel that she matters above the noise of the world around you. That is connection in action. And it is a choice you have to make consciously. And let me be real with you, brother. Making the choice to connect isn't just good for her. It's good for you. When you choose connection, you strengthen trust, intimacy, and understanding. You create a bond that can weather storms, challenges, and outside pressures. But if you neglect that choice, if you assume connection will happen automatically, You're setting yourself up for emotional distance, frustration, and eventually heartbreak. She may still be in the room, but she won't be in your heart. So the question is, are you going to choose to connect today? Are you going to show up fully with intention, attention, and love, or are you going to let laziness, distractions, or pride rob your relationship? Remember, connection is not a given, it's a choice. Every word you speak, every moment you listen, every action you take is either building or eroding the bond between you. And the woman who loves you deserves a man who chooses her every single day without fail.